What up, man?
It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Steelers and the Ravens, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Off the option, here's Edwards. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To throw is Jackson. Fighting to stay upright. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds Bateman over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Sutton on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, Edwards. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34. Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Here's Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Calais Campbell on the stop. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Play action. Now Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Now a handoff, Edwards. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Edwards now on 1st and 10. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Stephon Tuitt. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. 6-0 our score after 1. On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Roethlisberger. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys. Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. Back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Here's Roethlisberger. This is caught. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Harris. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Give to the fullback. This is Watt. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Touchdown! Najee Harris. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
On 2nd down now, it's Edwards. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year, and we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Able to hit his target, Claypool. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And it's caught.
And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
To throw again is Roethlisberger.
He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown.
Oh, boy. Chase Claypool. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 8. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Dumps it off to Edwards. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now Jackson. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw again is Jackson. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Jackson. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 40. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. It's a jet sweep. Here comes Claypool with it. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from a strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And this one's incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Harris has it over the middle. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt. And they're going for it on 4th down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Harris. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
On the return is Duvernay. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Off the option, here's Edwards.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Jackson. And as he throws and the ball is out, it's a live football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
On 2nd down, it's Harris. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 19-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. And that's why you spend a 1st-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris.
Malik Harrison on the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Back now in Baltimore. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, they set up the screen to Hill. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. We know that.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they open the lead up now to 25. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Steelers defense, we watch them get set to go. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And they'll indeed take a knee. Second and goal from the 6 this time. And they take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they will take a knee here. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all.
Here's Jackson to throw. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
Well, this this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. No gain on the screen there at second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Going for Boykin, but it is intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On the give, this is Harris. It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in
blitz coming, and down he goes. Patrick Queen leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett, and this is caught. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they take a knee. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So from nothing less there than chip shot distance, a tough miss from the right hash mark.
Well, this is just a wobbler. I mean, he knows he's got to get it going left, but that was right all the way.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Jackson. And that is incomplete here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Oh, good move. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
On first down, Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. They hand this off to Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Oh, this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh.